Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we are unboxing our intermediate camping kit. Was it bargain at $2,004? Now let's open it all up and see what sort of a bargain we got. For those of you who don't know, it was my birthday yesterday and my beautiful missus brought all of this stuff for me. Thank you, Lani. You're the best. I'm very happy, and I waited a long time to open it. We've had most of it. The last thing that arrived yesterday was the battery and the blanket. But now that it's all here, we can open it up and have a look and have a bit of a play. First thing I'll be opening up is our gas cooking kit. Got to start with the least exciting one. Again, if you watched the last video or not, this was a $99 kit from Bunnings. So it comes with a pot. Mainly wanted that so we can cook rice, because I love rice. It's a double cooker. Takes 2 gas cartridges. And it comes with a hot plate to put on top. I know it's cheating, and I'll probably get a cast iron set later and do a bit of campfire cooking, but this is going to make life a lot easier cooking simple things like bacon eggs in the morning, boiling up water, getting rice. It's nice and portable, and I can bring it with us for places we're not allowed to have fires. Alright, so that looks all pretty good. I brought single burner ones for about the same price, if not a little bit less. First item unboxed. And if I can rebox it, we'll move on to the next item. Alright, next item. As you saw before, we had the Commodore, and we are waiting for a 4-wheel drive. 4-wheel drive we're waiting for is a GWM Cannon. For those of you who haven't heard of it, it's a Great Wall, has been rebranded to Great Wall Motors. I hear they stole a few of the top engineers from some of the other companies, and we took the Hilux for a drive first up, and we just weren't really feeling the 80 grand price tag it had on it, the rugged. And then we took the Cannon for a drive, and that's, yeah, fell in love with it and signed on the dotted line straight away pretty much. And yeah, we're still waiting for that one at the moment, because it's still a shorter wait than all the other cars from what I've heard, but we're now waiting for a 4-wheel drive module that got stuck in Singapore. So that's why we have a compressor, so we can go 4-wheel driving and let the tyres down to the appropriate PSIs. Alright. Nice neat little bag. The main reason I jumped on the June one was because it come with everything, and it come with a bag, and it was on sale at the time. So we have a fairly long lead for pumping up the tyres. Have a deflator button on the back of it. I'll have to see how good that goes when we start pumping up tyres. I've done a lot of research before we did this, so this is a cumulation of all the internet videos I've watched and researched. I see everyone has a deflator, so we might move to a deflator later on, but for now I'll see how that works. Alright, let's get this bad boy out of the bag. Looks good. We got a nozzle, a couple of nozzles for pumping up beds, and we got alligator clips for the battery. Alright, one thing I learned about this after the fact, I didn't really research it enough, is I found out they draw 45 amps, which is a considerable amount of power, considering I got a 115 amp hour battery, and it's AGM, so I only get half of that, which only gives me around 55 or something. I don't know the exact match. the top of my head, but that'll basically drain my battery in 2 hours. So I'll probably be starting the car and running it off the crank battery when I use that, but that's no biggie. There's long wires. Alright, I'm happy with that. Everything looks solid and in good condition. I will do another video later. We'll take it all out bush and give it a go, and I'll show you how it all performs. At the moment we're just unboxing and having a look. Got a cap. I don't know what the cap's for. I'll probably figure that out later. Or just figured it out then. It's for that. Okay, so warp speed over to the next one. We've got a free case. Australia 80 litre dual zone fridge freezer. I was looking at a lot of fridge and freezers before we decided on this one, and basically it's just my missus being nice. So thanks again, Lani, for getting us the big one. I was looking at a 45 litre single zone one. We could have swapped it to between fridge and freezer, but at least this way we can freeze stuff while we're out camping. We always catch the biggest mobs of fish, so we'll be able to freeze them while we're there. Alright, let's open this bad boy up. Main reason I chose this also, the Austrail, was out of the lower end of the market. It was only drawing 1 amp, which will be pretty good because I'll be able to run it for a full, technically 50 hours off my battery that I have at the moment. So low amp drawage equaled the main reason I got this, and the bigger size. The guy at the shop told me that they all draw the same amperage, which is quite possible, but yeah, so 1 amp and an LG compressor. Our fridge is LG and we haven't had a problem with it. Ta-da! We're into the box. Yeah, you might have to come around this side though.
Wow.
Another good thing about the Austrail was it was metal. I'm hoping it's going to last a bit longer than the plastic. I tend to be a bit rough on my gear. I also liked the actual seal on it. The other ones had a smaller seal. It was more solid, but I'm thinking that it was a bit too stiff and wouldn't seal as nicely as this one. And they also had baskets, which makes life a lot easier. Quick start guide. We'll probably go through that later on when we take it for a test run. For now, we'll just open everything up and have a quick look. 80 litres get you plenty of space. Little one, big one. Very good. Everything looks in good condition. I like to check everything when I open up stuff for the first time, just to make sure that it's all good so we can replace it if there's anything happened to it. Which doesn't happen often, but it happens enough that I keep checking. Alright, let's see if we can open this up and put it into the bag. Or should we skip to the bag? Okay, so now we've got it on top of the bag. Fairly simple. Up and zip. Up and zip.
Wow, looks good now.
solid design on everything. Well done, Australia.
Babe.
We will give you a field test. Yeah, DC 12 volt, 24 volt. So basically, I know it's the heavy one, but we could take it out of the car and plug it into the mains, or we can run it off the 12 volt. Probably going to be run off our 12 volt system, which is going to be a lot easier. Set up in the back of the ute so we don't have to pull it out. So yeah, that's the fridge done. It's a shame to cover up the nice clean fridge, but it's insulated and will help keep it a lot safer for longer. Velcro zips. Looks like we still have semi-looking tie downs. And the handles are still accessible, which also double as tie downs. Yeah. Very thick rubbery mesh on all of the vents. I'm extremely happy with that one. Well done for now, Australia. We'll just give it the field test and see if it lasts the test of time. I don't see why it wouldn't. It's got warranty. Okay. Do another time loop. Use my magical time abilities to freeze the time. Okay, now we'll move on to the arc pack. Probably all seen a video of this before. I went through a lot of them before I ended up choosing this. And one of the main reasons I chose it over all the other ones is it was available in store and I could see it and touch it. So I do like when I can shop with a store to the door and support local. Yeah, also it was a whole heap cheaper than setting up a full 12 volt system. So from what I could tell from the videos, this is a complete portable 12 volt system. And I don't need to set up a DC-DC charger or anything, because all I can do is plug it into the cigarette socket, or plug it into a mains, or plug it into a solar blanket, which I have one of each. After I've used it a few times, I'll probably be able to tell you a bit more about it, but basically it has a BMS built into it, which is a battery management system. As you can see here, testing, charging, bulk charge, boost, resting, float, reawaken. So with batteries, it likes to be slowly charged after you've got the bulk of it out the way. I am going to try and keep the battery topped up as much as I can, because I've heard it prolongs the life, so I'm all for prolonging the life and saving money. And yeah, this unit in store was $548. And again, for those of you who forgot, this was $699, which was on sale. I'm all for a good bargain. Alright, let's get into it and see what's in there. The Arc Pack 730. Safety first. To avoid danger of suffocating, keep this bag away from babies and children. Wow. I'll read all that stuff later off the thing. So we have an isolator, on and off, 12 volt cigarette outlets. Hello everybody. We've been interrupted by this manager from work. Boss has rocked up at work. Don't you just hate when the bosses rock up at work? When your boss rocks up at home, sorry. Everybody, this is my mother, Carolyn. Also my boss. She's in COVID mode, just got home from work. I think she's trying to talk me into coming to the pub since it was my birthday yesterday.
I come to see if you had any chocolate cake left.
Oh no, she wants chocolate cake. Yes, we got plenty of that.
Please, please.
You can. Come in. Join the party. I started a YouTube channel, getting there. Mum's currently getting there on a push bike. Like me. Her new car's already here though. She just doesn't like it, so she's swapped it for the push bike. If I'm lucky, I will buy her car for loan. because Lani likes small cars. Come on, babe. Let's see.
Yeah, but, oh, see? Barry's growling at you.
Hey, baby, babe. Someone's stealing your chocolate cakes.
Watch out, she doesn't steal my food in my bike. What leftover barbecue.
Here's the chocolate cake from last night, everybody.
Thank you.
Cherries on top. Oh. Okay, back to the Arc Pack intro. As we saw before, cigarette sockets. There's no USBs there, but we got a 50 amp Anderson. Yep, 12 volt 50 amp, out and in. That's interesting. I thought that was just an out. Right, there's our USB, which is 5 volt. Max output 300 watts, 10 amp, 240 volt. It's a basic power point can go in there. That's on and off for the inverter. The inverter draws power, so it has the ability to turn off. On this side, I thought was the charging side, so you got access to terminals. Plug my mains power in or my cigarette socket lead in, which I'm hoping is in the box. I haven't seen it yet. Alright, let's get into the box. Alright, so we got a battery holder holding the stuff in. I'm actually going to open that one up because I want to know what stuff we got.
What is this?
I'm hoping it's the mains charger and the SIG socket with the adapter that goes into there. DC card charger with a fuse. I believe I whacked the fuse in there somewhere. I'll have to read the instructions later and find out where the fuse goes. And then we also have the mains charger. Okay, so that's our portable Arc Pack 730. $548. Again, it was on sale. Bear in mind if you do looking at getting one of these, they do not come with a battery. Like I said, the cheapest battery I could find in store was about $470. I ended up getting ones off the 4-wheel drive Super Center website, Kingies, for $460 with a solar blanket. So that was an absolute bargain to go into the Arc Pack. The Arc Pack can hold any up to 130 amp hour battery, I believe. So later on I will be upgrading to a lithium, which I've done a fair bit of research. I don't know everything about lithium yet, but basically an AGM can only use 50% of its power. So the 115 amp hour AGM will only give me about 55, 57 and a half, whatever it is. And a lithium will give you 70% usage of the battery, which is a whole lot more, and they last a whole lot longer. 10 years as opposed to 2 years was the general gist I got from my research. But the lithiums are currently at about $1,000, so I have a road trip coming up quickly, and we used all of our money on everything here together. We're trying for a cheap version, which is why I've gone with an AGM at the moment. It will do the trick, even though I found out 40 kilos is a lot of weight to carry. So yes, that's the Arc Pack. Get your own battery, do your research. Alright, moving on in the unboxing sequence, we got our King's battery. Thank you, King. This was the best bargain I could find anywhere. And I'm happy it was delivered. Not quite to my door. My door was $100, but I have a block in town, so I got it delivered there. And I wasn't there at the time, so I got them to hold it at the depot and I went and picked it up. Okay, so let's see what we got in here. We got rubber terminal protectors and some connecting bolts. Okay, so now we huff and puff and groan and try and get this out of the box, because like I said before, lithium batteries weigh 10 kilos. I can pick them up with one hand. I could probably pick up lithium with 2 fingers really, but this thing is a struggle. It's pushing on 40 kilos, it's heavy. Oh, it's not so portable, so I'm probably gonna try and avoid taking it out of the car and putting it into the mains power as much as I can. I'm hoping this solar blanket does good. Alright, King's AGM Deep Cycle 115 amp hour battery. It's a battery. I'll let you know how it goes after we test it a heap. So just so you know, this is all the unboxing sequence later on when I've set it all up and we have it in our car when the car finally gets here. I'll let you know how everything goes, and I'll let you know any secrets that I find out about using it all. I've already found that one secret. This thing's heavy. Okay, we'll move on now. Okay, on to the final item here. We have our 200 watt solar blanket.
King's
Solar blanket. Best part about buying the battery. As I was saying before, I was on a budget and I was trying to do this cheaply. And the best battery I could find was about $470, the cheapest battery, new. There's a heap on the market, but given the fact that if you don't charge them properly and keep them topped up, they could be dead. And I don't know how to check if they're dead or not. I opted to go for a new one. And yes, the King's one come with a solar blanket on their website. Bargain Kingies, thank you. And one of the best parts I heard about this is the Kingies 200 watt solar blanket comes with a, as I said, I'm no expert, but I did a lot of YouTube researching before I started this. Probably all seen a video. If not, have a look around, there's lots of them. Comes with an MPPT regulator, which technically I don't need because the Arc Pack has a regulator of its own, but I'm told that MPPT is the best one to go for. Do not go for the other regulator. With this solar blanket, even on its own, it's a bargain because it comes with, like I said, the MPPT charger. Comes with alligator clips that I could plug onto the Arc Pack's outside external terminators. It also comes with Anderson plugs. Comes with an extension cord. So all that stuff on its own puts this into the total bargain territory. Okay, let's open this bad boy up and have a look. I did like the fact that it was a 200 watt. So that should keep their battery nicely topped up. Not quite enough room. There we go. 200 watt solar blanket with regulator. Everything looks all good. Thank you, Kings. All looks like the description said. Thank you, YouTubers, for giving me the advice. Now that I have it all, next step is to set it all up, go camping. Well, actually, our first big one's going to be a road trip, but I think we'll sneak a couple of small camping trips in before we get to our big road trip. Big road trip is we live here in Bachelor and we'll be going all the way to Melbourne. My sister's having a wedding, and it had to be in cold time too. I read it's going to be about 7 degrees. I'm born and bred in Darwin, so I do not like the cold at all. Having said that, my missus isn't born and bred here, but she hates the cold even worse than me. She's always yelling at me about turning the aircon too low. Okay, I saw lots of options with solar blankets. I was going to get one regardless, even if it didn't come with the battery that I needed at the time. I like this option because it can be folded up into a nice neat little square. as such. They do have permanent ones that you can mount on top of your car, or the hard style ones, but seriously, how easy is that? And I can walk it around, move it to where the sun is. And going off the videos, my windscreen of the car is going to be a perfect height to put it. But yeah, I think that's a lot easier than mucking around with a permanent hard shell solar blanket. I'm not sure of the proficiency of that yet, but after I start getting out camping, or if anyone out there knows if they're a lot better than this, let us know in the comments section. So yeah, hope you all liked our unboxing video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe so we can keep making more videos like this. I am very new to it, and I will see you all later. Stay safe. Look for the bargains. There's plenty of them around. Have fun getting there. Not so much about the destination, but I had a lot of fun researching all of this stuff and going out and finding it all at what I consider to be a bargain price. I might have got the bargain price wrong. Please let me know in the comments if I did. Or if you think it's a good bargain, also let me know. Alright, stay safe, have fun, and I'll see you next time.